Hey, it's John. Welcome back to the show. And welcome back to the latest edition of the Album War. The premise of this series is to talk about an album that two or more artists or bands released that had the same title, regardless of era, regardless of genre. I will talk about these albums, talk about what I like about them, what I may not be so crazy about, and then I will determine the winner of today's Album War. And you could tell me who you feel wins the album war in the comments. Today's album, Free for All. As the late great Darian would say, let's meet the principles. The first artist I'm going to talk about has been thrilling audiences for 60 years, whether as a member of the Amboy Dukes, whether as a member of Damn Yankees, or in his long and storied solo career. This is the Motor City Madman, Ted Nugent, with his second album, released in September 1976 on Epic Records, Free for All. I've been a fan of Ted's music for about 40 years. Yes, this is the cassette, and this was the second cassette I bought. The first cassette was part of a 2-in-1 cassette double play. The self-titled debut was on the first side. Free for All was on the second side. It kept getting eaten up by my boombox. Eventually, I bought another cassette of each, and I bought the CD years later. The second album, an artist I will be discussing today, is not as well known. He had one big hit in 1989, off his debut album, March. The song was called No Myth. But this artist is a wonderful songwriter, has a knack for a great hook, wonderful wordplay as well. Very, very intelligent songwriter. I am talking about Michael Penn with his second album, released on September 15, 1992 on RCA Records, Free for All. So with these shows, I like to go chronologically. So we're going to start with Uncle Ted first. Now, this album was released under some trying circumstances. Derek St. Holmes, who was featured prominently on the self-titled debut, left the band before they recorded the album. He would subsequently come back during the recording. So 5 of the 9 songs on this album, the lead vocals were performed by Meatloaf. Meatloaf, post Rocky Horror Picture Show, pre Bad Outta Hell, the album which would sell, it's probably around 20 million copies at this point, made Meatloaf a household name. But at this point, he was best known for Rocky Horror Picture Show and not very well known at that. But he does an outstanding performance with his vocals on here, and he actually wrote the vocal melodies for the songs on here because they just gave him the lyrics and they didn't give him the music when they asked for him to contribute his vocals, which he did in 2 days. Now, this was Ted's second album. This went to number 24 on the Billboard Hot 200 Top 200 album charts. It would be his second album in a row to go at least double platinum. Ted was on fire from 1975 through 78. His first 4 albums, self-titled, Free for All, Cat Scratch Fever, Double Live Gonzo, they all sold at least 2 million copies. Now, this album did not give Ted a big hit single, but there were 2 singles released off the album, and I will talk about them as we go through the tracks. The opening track is the title song, and the only song that Ted would sing on the album. This is a concert staple to this day. This is one of the great Ted Nugent songs. It starts with that great guitar, and then Ted's vocal coming in before the rest of the band kick in. This is a very memorable track, one of the great riffs in rock history. It's it's just a dynamite opener. And as soon as you hear this, as soon as you hear Ted's vocal, you know it's Ted. This is excellent. The next song is Dog Eat Dog. This was released as a single, as was Free for All. Free for All did not chart. Dog Eat Dog, which was the first single, would hit number 91 on the Billboard Hot 100. This is one of the 3 tracks that features Derek St. Holmes on lead vocal. This is very, very rocking and upbeat as well. Very memorable short chorus, dog, dog, dog eat dog. This is very strong track, would also be on the Great Gonzo's Best of Ted Nugent cassette, I believe came out in 1981 on Epic. Very strong. Writing on the Wall. This is Stranglehold Part 2. And this is the debut on the album of Meatloaf on lead vocals. This, I think, gets ignored in light of what Stranglehold will become. Stranglehold may be the signature Ted Nugent song, either that or Cat Scratch Fever. But this is one of those great long epics from Ted. He only has a few, but this is a great one that doesn't get talked about enough. Very atmospheric during the solo. Ted's guitars are on here are excellent. Great vocal from Meatloaf. Excellent track. Turn It Up. Now we got Derek doing the vocal on here. This is a hard as nails kick-ass rocker. No pun intended on the hard as nails part. And this is a great upbeat track. Wonderful. Just comes in, just kicks your ass. The whole band is on fire on this. This kills. Street Rats. Now we get Meatloaf back on the lead vocal. This is a little slower, but Ted's guitar is on fire on here. And it's very, very memorable track. Meatloaf shines like the sun on his vocal on here. We got a great musical bridge on here before the solo kicks in as well. Together is the power ballad of the album. And Ted's lyrical guitar playing, the majesty of its arrangements, Meatloaf's vocal on here kills. This is excellent. Again, doesn't get mentioned much, and we get some nice classy piano playing on this as well. Light My Way, similar to Turn It Up, it's just a balls out, fast-paced rocker. This is sung by Derek St. Holmes. This one kills. Ted's guitar playing on it is excellent. Full of fire and passion and vigor as only Ted could bring you. Very strong. Hammer Down. Hammer Down, maybe the heaviest Ted Nugent song. Wicked in its execution. Just destroys. Meatloaf's back on the lead vocal on here. The short, it's got a short chorus. It's just hammer down. But Meatloaf sounds great on here. Ted on fire. The band's on fire. Excellent. I Love You, So I Told You a Lie. This is the closer. We got Meatloaf singing the lead on this. And this is more, it's just more good time, more of a, it's like a spirited boogie feel. Very, very cool. Very memorable. Awesome. So this is Ted Nugent's 1976 album, Free for All. One of his best, in my opinion. My opinion, can't go wrong with those first 3 studio albums and Double Live Gonzo. And he released some good albums after that, some not so good, but Free for All. Uncle Ted and his band were on fire. Now, let's talk about Michael Penn's Free for All. Now, off the previous album, March, No Myth was a top 20 hit in the United States. This and That was a minor hit. I believe it hit number 54. This album did not sell. It only hit number 160 on the Billboard Top 200. We do have 2 songs that hit the modern rock charts, though. But don't let that discourage you from picking up this album or checking this album out. This is the work of a very strong songwriter. It's Different kind of album in the fact that it's not, even though he's a singer-songwriter at the core, there's these nice little twists and turns musically on here. He has a knack for a great hook. He's a very intelligent lyricist. And that's on full display here. The first track is Long Way Down, Look What the Cat Drug In. This was a hit on the modern rock charts. Unlike the rest of the album, this is very, very somber, mostly acoustic. You do have some cello coming in on the bridge. And what a wonderful bridge this is. This is a nice opener, definitely. Very strong. From the get-go, you hear Michael Penn's gift as a songwriter. The next track is Free Time. This is more upbeats, kind of like power pop, but it's got that 90s feel with some of those keyboards coming in and out. Kind of like Matthew Sweet without the loud guitars on it. This is very, very cool. And it's got some great hooks on it as well. Coal, Coal, is the next track. That has more of a feel that we would call Americana now. It's got more of a country feel to it, mid-tempo, very well written, very strong lyrically. Next track is Seen the Doctor. This was at number 5 on the modern rock charts. This should have been a hit single. The wordplay on here is magical and highly intelligent. This is a relationship gone wrong song, but it has wonderful lyrics and great hooks. The guitar line is a great hook. The chorus is a great hook. And it's very, very tight, very well written, master craftsmanship on Seen the Doctor. I don't understand, maybe because of the lyrics, how you think he's going to talk about something a little more risque than he actually does. Maybe that scared the radio programmers. I think it is a top-notch, great single. The next track we have is By the Book. By the Book is pretty cool. This is more mid-tempo. It gets really atmospheric during the fade out. Like a lot of songs on here, you got some instruments coming in and out, which makes these songs more distinctive. You can't just say he's a singer-songwriter and that's it. He brings in these little twists and turns to keep you interested in the song. The next song is Drained. This feels like 80s REM. Think of the REM albums that were on IRS Records with more power pop. Nice harmonies on it. You have the keyboards coming in and out. A nice lyrical guitar solo on here. You got some piano coming in and out. Drained is very, very good. Very interesting. Next track is Slipping My Mind. This is an acoustic track. This is good, not great. I like the song. It's nice. It's not one of my favorites on the album, though. Strange Season rocks harder. It's got another nice hook in here in the guitar line. It does take musical detours a little bit on here, just as a few of the other songs do. Very good. Bunker Hill kind of reminds me of Slipping My Mind, even though it's not. It's very mid-tempo. It's got more fire to it than Slipping My Mind, but Bunker Hill is good, not great. It works well within the album, but the song doesn't grab you like a lot of the other ones do. The last song is Now We're Even. That's more of a mid-pace shuffle, and it has a nice short bridge on it, nice Beatles-esque harmonies. It's cool. Again, we got nice lyrics on here. You got a nice hook in the way the song is displayed and its presentation. Very strong way to end this album, which I feel deserved a better fate than it did. This is 1992's Free For All from Michael Penn. Now, how would I rank these albums? Ted Nugent wins. This is a 9. I think this and Cat Scratch Fever are his best albums in the studio next to the self-titled debut. This is very strong, and I love what Meatloaf brought to this album. The whole band was on fire. A lot of great songs on here. You still hear Free For All regularly. You occasionally hear Dog Eat Dog. Very strong. This is a 9. Michael Penn, this is an 8 for me. A lot of great songs. My favorite songs are Seen the Doctor, Free Time, Drained, Now We're Even. Everything on here is good. Some of it is great. I kind of like some of the off-kilter arrangements on here when you have some of these instruments coming in and out. I think Seen the Doctor should have been a much bigger hit. It shouldn't have been just a modern rock hit. But this is an 8 for me. It's very good. If you can get your hands on this cheap, or if you just want to check it out on Spotify or Amazon Music or anywhere that you stream your music, it's definitely worth checking out. Michael Penn is not a one-hit wonder. He wrote great albums, and this is great. And I give this an 8. So, what do you think of these albums by Ted Nugent and Michael Penn, respectively? What are your favorite songs by these artists, and have you seen them in concerts? Do you even know Michael Penn's music, I should say, because a lot of people just know Michael Penn for the song No Myth. A lot of people call it Romeo and Black Jeans because of that great hook in the chorus. What are your favorite albums or songs by these artists? Please let me know in the comments. There'll be another album more coming up in the very near future. Also, Saturday, August 23, I will be bringing back the live cut series here on my channel, John the Music Nut. I will be joined by the wonderful Daniel Bosch, also known as Bicycle Legs from Bicycle Legs Talks Music. We will be discussing Warren Zevon's live album, Stand in the Fire. So I hope you can check that episode out when it comes out. That will be coming out Saturday, August 23. Thank you so much for joining me today. Do what you love, and I'll talk to you soon.